I know I don't look good. I look like shit. But it's been a long day in the shop today. It's been incredibly hot. I want to touch base about pricing if you're just starting out doing leather work, because the urge you may have is to either go way low or way high. And in this case, I'm just talking about custom jobs as opposed to work that Allison and I do regularly, where we know exactly how much something should cost. We're going to use. So just a quick thought on pricing. Okay, so I have really done this on purpose. I have messed up my workspace, or at least this table. Something's going to cost us and what we need to charge the customer because of the repetitiveness of what we're doing. So we have our templates for these belt slides. We got the templates for these belt slides. We've got the templates, patterns, aka patterns, or whatever you want to call it. We've got the patterns to fit this. We've got our dummy guns. We've got patterns and our dummy guns for Colt 45s, for Heritage 22 and other 22 revolvers. We've got our clicker dies for our belt slide holsters. We've got our clicker die and sizes set for our harmonica holders. We've got our dies, or we've got our patterns for assorted holsters, so this can turn into this. We know what the time is. So what happens is you can start basing your prices on that time. But here's where things get crazy. We are a custom leather shop. Yes, we are. Everything we make is handmade to order. But what happens is eventually somebody is going to bring you this. They're going to bring you a pistol with a laser and a light, or some other combination of something. So instead of your pricing for this holster being the same as this holster, it can't be, because we know how much time this takes. We have a dummy gun. We have a dummy gun for we got tons of dummy guns. But when somebody brings you something like this, that means you have to stop what you're doing and make your first pattern. Okay, that's your first pattern. Then you test it on some scrap leather, and you make some notes on how to change your pattern, and then you revise the pattern, and then you probably make a dummy out of scrap leather to see how things fit, to see how everything works. This is a little thumb release snap right there. So this is actually the holster. So I've gone through 3 patterns to make sure, made a test holster before finishing the holster. That's a lot of time. So when your customer calls you and says, I need something special made, I need a specialty item, I need something really custom, if you can't make it with the patterns and the dummy guns and all the other dummy guns and all the other stuff that you already have that you know fits 1 to 500 different kinds of pistol because of a customization like this, then that changes your time and the amount of money that you have to charge. Now, I'm not saying what you need to charge. I'm not saying what I need to charge. But this event right here, this customer knew how much he was going to pay because I explained the process to him. I said, this is not something that I can make standard because I have all these things in a whole box over there of other guns, dummy guns. I told him, if you want something custom, then that's going to cost money. And I explained to him that it's going to be several hours as compared to maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. Maybe the belt slide 30 minutes or less. This ended up being literally, I'm not going to talk about the exact hours, but the span of time from him dropping this off the first time to work on the patterns, the several patterns, and then cutting the leather and then the dummy and then retesting it, him dropping this off again for the final fitting and then forming it to the final. This has been almost a 2-week affair. And believe me, I'm charging for it. Because this is a one of a kind item. And if you make stuff like this, if it's your friend or if it's family or something like that, and you can say, oh sure, I'll do it for the 25, the 50, the 85, the 100 or whatever. But if it's going to take you a lot of hours every day across 3 or 4 days to get something done, then you need to factor that in. And believe me, it's going to improve once you get going, once you get started, once you get used to working on stuff. But just the fact that we had to drop this off, pick it back up, drop it off, pick it back up, make this one, make the patterns, make this, and it sounds like I'm complaining, but the main problem, the main issue I'm pointing out is some customers don't understand that custom leather work is an art form and it's billable. We as a leather crafter, we are not, going out there and manufacturing 1,000, 10,000, 15,000 of the same holster. When something comes to a custom job like that, that's your time, that's your material, and that's worth billing for. I just want to point that out to anybody, because this is a discussion I have with a lot of people that are getting started in leatherwork. And it works the same in the saddle industry, trust me. All right then, Whitaker Leather, whitakerleather.com, and check us out, like us, subscribe us, and all that cool stuff. Y'all have a great night.